I'm turning 320 acres of wasteland into a desert forest in the most isolated spot in the state of Texas. Mulch is one of my biggest challenges for how I'm going to protect the grounds and protect the water. I already knew it was going to be incredibly time-consuming and expensive to bring mulch out here.
48.1 gallons of fuel.
No way. And that was just for 3 yards of material. And that's why back in August, I bought this 70 acres that's only 13 miles from the Dustups ranch to help me with the mulch problem. I'm really excited to share this with you because it's an actual desert forest, and I'm gonna take you, along with Brandon and Joao, on a quick tour. We're definitely on the 70 acres now.
So are you on the other side of that fence, or?
Yeah, walk through the gate. Literally, just on the other side of this fence.
So, your property? Your property?
Except for this turn. So I think my property follows this line going this way because it goes to the southwest. I am only 13 miles from the Dustups ranch. It's a 5.5 mile drive down the road to the county road, and then it's county road all the way here. Now, it's not a good county road, but it's not crazy like the private road I have all the way up to my ranch. But like this trough, it's all rusted through, otherwise I would be interested in it. These flowers are called catkins. They hang down, and these will turn into, they look exactly like beans, but they're not a proper bean. They're actually a pod, and they're full of seeds. And if you grind those seeds and you turn it into a flour, it tastes delicious. It's usually used in desserts. Also, it's great for livestock. Like if we wind up following Joan's plan about, I keep messing up your name, man. It's like, I can't keep papering over it. I know like your actual name is Joao. Joao.
Gilberto.
But you mentioned your nickname and how to pronounce it, and I've been making it up.
Joao.
Joao.
Yes.
Okay, you've been very patient letting me mispronounce your name all week.
Oh, no problem.
And then it just goes on like this, which actually makes it really good for harvesting all the mesquite. But what we want is we want to get down to the river, and it's better that we park over by the adobe shack. One, I'll show it to you just because it's fun. And then there's a nice path that gets us to a pasture with good grass. The cows have decimated and overeaten it, but it's still growing because there's so much water. Follow me. So when I said dilapidated, I think we just walked through the window, but actually that door is really cool.
Everything is cool. Just cool. I like rusty, dilapidated stuff. Who doesn't?
Joao, welcome to Texas. Somebody clearly used to live here. Those timbers might actually have some value to us. It might be worth taking this down. Well, not all the way, just grabbing the roofing material if we're going to build like a nursery. Keep those as rafters. It looks like we're in a Western. I feel like you're going to pull up to the bar and ask for a whiskey.
You could get some real money for this.
You think so?
Yeah. Solid stuff. It's attractive.
It certainly has character.
Yeah. There's a rat. Maybe come back with a respirator.
You want to have a respirator. Sure. Yeah, like I don't want to breathe all that. It's too bad.
Fun to shoot
at. These boards are so cool. Look at all that desert aging. Bone, 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 bone dry.
Take that. It's camp.
I can feel the air's cleaner out here. It's pretty nasty in there. Although if we need free manure, there's got to be about a yard of manure in there. Joao, does that look like about a cubic meter of manure?
A good place to take manure.
All right, you got the goodies you want for now?
Yeah.
Let's throw that in the truck. We'll walk down to the river. Thank you to Factor for sponsoring today's episode. I started using Factor because I had an upcoming jiu-jitsu tournament and I had quite a bit of weight to cut if I expected to do halfway decent. You can see here on the screen, this is a graph of me tracking my weight over time. Before the competition, I had 184 pounds. And as I got disciplined and started using Factor to manage my calories while eating really well, you can see my weight dropping so that by the time of the competition, I got down to 173. The competition itself didn't go my way. This was my debut at Purple Belt in Jiu-Jitsu, but I hit some techniques that I was happy to see, especially the Rick James foot sweep. It didn't result in victories, no gold medals, but The reason I'm competing is to put myself out there and put it all on the line, and Factor was a big part of me doing that. Crush your wellness goals this May with dietitian approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. Head to factor.com and use the code Dustups50 to get 50% off of your first Factor box and 20% off of your next month of orders. Again, that's promotion code Dustups50 at factor.com to get 50% off of your first box and 20% off of your next month of orders. This is also really important is you see over there, if you walk just where that hill is, there's a gigantic stock tank, I think like 4 acres. So whenever we have a heavy rain, there's millions of gallons of water over there. Enough that I think ducks and you'll see quite a bit of bird life.
Yeah, we're close to the river. That might be a fun duck hunt spot for you.
Exactly. But I was more thinking as a birding enthusiast, you might you might enjoy going over there.
Absolutely.
This road goes all the way to pasture. We just got to follow this path, and it's not hard to figure out where the cattle go because there's a bunch of hoof prints. So we're not quite to a desert forest yet, but I think this certainly qualifies as scrub. And you can tell how silty the sand is. It's like walking on the beach. Or silty the material is. It's not sand.
What kind of mesquite is this?
This is honey mesquite. It's what everybody wants me to plant on my property. What most people don't realize is that this stuff is everywhere in the valley. I'm happy to plant it, but I have no expectation because if honey mesquite wanted to be at Dustups, this is what the rest of the valley looks like. It would be at Dustups if it wanted to grow there. The cows carry the seeds in their manure.
Is that your camera?
That's Daniel.
Daniel.
Hey, Daniel, we found your game camera.
48.1 gallons of fuel.
And if I remember correctly, I think there's a screwbean mesquite just over there. That looks quite a bit different from the honey mesquite.
The best form that we have to put the material in the soil is when we have near to us. Transport is very expensive.
And that's what I'm thinking through is that because labor, Brandon's obviously not working for free, and the cost of fuel. And what I'm thinking, especially in these areas, if you had a skid steer with a forestry mulcher, instead of a bucket, it has chains that spin around like this and just chop everything. We could scoop up more than we could take up to the ranch. Like, I don't want to clear cut this area.
Yeah.
What I want to do is have a road to the river.
Yeah, okay.
So some of this stuff needs to die
Yeah.
so that we can build a road. This is the area that there's tons of material to take from. Like, we could fill up trailers and trailers full of this stuff very quickly.
Yeah.
You hear like the birds and the bugs.
Yeah.
This is a desert forest.
It's different here.
You feel the humidity?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's completely different than 50 yards that way. We're in a different habitat. There's life here by the river. And this is the pasture that I was telling you about.
Oh, it's green.
This is what I remembered, stuff like this.
Oh yeah.
That's tamarisk that I was telling you about.
Yeah, we got about 1 million white-winged doves down here.
I told you, like, hunting heaven. I'm not trying to make a pun, but you're gonna have a blast.
What's the best time to hunt?
When it's legal.
Evening. Most things crepuscular. They're active in the morning and evening. The transition from light to dark.
Gotcha. This is what I remembered, all this loose material. A lot of this is easy to pick up.
That tamarisk, is that what you said it was?
Yeah.
Make a nice little hidey seat in the middle of that.
You got a great view.
A lot of sticks down here in the open too.
Yeah. So this is going to be the source for the beaver dams. There's no reason to go buy, I can't buy long sticks. I believe this was clear cut at some point, and then it just can't recover because the cows won't stay off it.
I could actually smell the mesquite flowers. They were growing up on the hill. I wouldn't even be able to smell them. It's so dry. I don't know if I'll ever acclimate, but I'll learn how to cope.
Ju, you want to go to the river?
Yeah.
All right. And I, of course, didn't bring my phone, so we better remember where we're going because I won't have GPS to bail me out if I get lost. I've been down here one time. It makes me so happy hearing all the birds. This part also makes me sad. You can see, even though the cows have just stomped the life out of this, there's still grass trying to grow. Making sure we don't lose our Brazilian friend. that the way we want to go?
I don't know, it just seems like the path of least resistance.
I'm all about that. If you're not careful, Brandon, I might start selling birding tours.
I might not be opposed to that.
We found a wild Brazilian.
Yes.
What's that?
The river.
To the left? Let me see where the house is. We need to backtrack. This is the point where I know we can access the river. It's going to take us forever to go this way.
Okay.
Oh, you made it through?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's just go that way. I don't want to cut if we don't need to. Where'd you go? Through here?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the name of this scissor?
Shears.
Those are,
These are shears.
no.
Pruners?
Yeah, loppers, pruners.
I call them shears.
Shears is like scissors. Those aren't scissors. A little beefier and shorter. Just like this truly.
I think this is probably it. Yep, and it's my fence. You just knock it over. That's all salt cedar posts, so they should just, and they're probably dry rotted. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to easily knock over though.
Well, you can fold it over and just walk on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're a brave man, Jew. That could, oh.
More man than I am. Here, look here.
Yeah, there you go. Well, yeah, like how you guys are opening the path for me, like I'm the lady of the
You're
group.
the boss. You're entitled to a little bit.
All right, there we go. Brilliant.
There's the river. At least as good as over there.
Okay. The river looks so much healthier than the last time I was down here. It was disgusting. It's nice to see there's a current because it was flowing backwards the last time I was here. Not a good sign when the river's flowing north.
My goodness.
That is disgusting. I think fishing is out of the question. That water is barely moving. Look at that. That river's actually, it's got decent flow.
What's the name of the river?
Well, in English, it's the Rio Grande, which is an odd thing because that's all Spanish.
Just badly pronounced Spanish.
Well, it is badly pronounced Spanish, but in Spanish, it's Rio Bravo del Norte.
Rio Bravo del Norte. Bonito, mas é
What's
assim,
that
se eu
translate
pular,
literally
eu sou
to?
meio comprido e as pernas chegam
I think it's the Brave River of the North, but I'm not sure that Bravo is brave.
Sounds like it.
Camilo, my editor, will be able to help me with that.
I know, it's Angry River of the North.
You know, it's funny. I was so put off the first time I was here. It was so gross. And this is just gorgeous. I can't believe I thought about selling this. I don't want to sell it. I want my riverfront property. So what do you think?
It's interesting, but the water is not clean.
No, it's not. It's very salty.
Good to see this place, but I'm not happy. This is not the nature make this.
Right? It's not supposed to have two types of trees.
Yeah.
If you were going to work this land, what would you do as the very first step?
First step is organize. We have many dry sticks, and these sticks is not in the soil. So we lost a big part, big fertilizers. Organize it and find other species here, the native species that growing here. Not only native, we can find other species there is conditions to grow here. The management is very important. It's not only to plant and go out. You need continue, cut the trees, organize, plant more. We can make a forest in a small time than we compare with the nature, because we are nature. We help the nature. Nature don't need us, but we need the nature.
I absolutely intend to use this as a source. I have a legitimate need to cut a road down to the resource, down to the river, and we can take all that material back up to Dustups where we need it. Just your thoughts on comments and what you think I should be doing here. What do you think I should do with this property to help the Dustups Ranch, building my desert forest in a severely degraded landscape? Before you go, please go to dustupsranch.com and subscribe if you haven't done that already. That's the best way to stay up to date with the ranch and what's going on. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.